Hello, true duelists. My name is Diseasicus, and I'm still sick, but welcome to the new card report. The Infinte Forbidden is set to be a pretty damn good set so far, isn't it? And as we've now found out, there's even going to feature some Vaalmonica cards as well, also featured with the good card, so how nice is that? Yeah, 3 decks from Valiant Smashers all get support, featuring 2 cards from the Infinte Forbidden, so let's take a look at what it is they can do, because surely Memento can finally do a little bit of something. Starting with those new Memento cards, let's take a look at Memento's newest main deck monster, Mementolan Mystical Sheep. This new level 3 Earth Beast retrain of Mystical Sheep number 2? Fascinating, or number 1, I didn't clarify, I forgot to mention it in the script, but either way, this guy's got 800 attack, 1000 defense, and is only mildly Joker themed in regards to its coloring scheme. It can also quick effect special summon itself from your hand if a monster you control was destroyed by card effect this turn, and on normal or special summon can let you fusion summon a Memento fusion monster by using monsters from your field or hand as material. How quaint! And if it itself is destroyed by card effect, you can send any Memento card from your deck to the graveyard except for another copy of itself. See, that's nice to see. A Foolish Burial is great in any deck, and sending any card is hardly a bad thing to have. And more importantly than all of that, it can quick effect summon itself, meaning it opens itself up in the deck to be playing on both players' turns. And as fusion summoning effects, it's the second one, actually, because the other option in the deck to fusion summon is with their Memento fusion spell card, which has a hard once per turn. So now you can summon twice from your fusion deck, a la fucking 2003, huh? How cool is that? In all seriousness, it's pretty darn cool, pretty darn good for the deck. And while you might not assume that it would matter for a deck that only has 1 fusion monster, you don't have to worry anymore, because Konami is here to validate our new sheepy friend. Memento Mictlin Tekulika, fuck it, I can't, the fever's not letting me read it. This combined conqueror has a dumbass name that I'm literally too lightheaded to comprehend, and is a level 9 Earth Illusion type fusion monster with 3000 attack and 2000 defense for this deck, whose materials to summon are any 3 Memento monsters, meaning that its fusion summoning is much easier than saying its name for its fusion summon. How quaint. If this fugly ass man is fusion summoned, you can send 3 Memento cards from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. And it also has a quick effect to target some number of Memento cards you control and an equal number of cards the opponent controls and destroy them all. But you will not be able to use that in the same chain as its effect when fusion summoned. A tragedy. I mean, probably fair and balanced, but a tragedy. Its other effect will let you banish it from the graveyard to add Memento at the field spell from your deck to your hand, because that's the name of the field spell. And I'm not reading, all the letters are just clumping. I'm officially dyslexic for this video, excuse me. So it can get the field spell, which is pretty darn good, since the field spell does have a nice bit of swarming / recovery effect depending on where you summon from. And of course, it's a free Foolish Burial, because it sends 3 cards, including potentially a copy of itself to get you said field spell, which is not bad at all. And of course, it makes summoning their big boss monster even easier, since you can now get 5 different names, including the Thunder Dragon that's not a Thunder Dragon because it's a Memento card fusion into the grave as well, assuming you just need a different name. So that's cool. It's set up, and thanks to the sheep being a quick effect, you've even got an opportunity to be able to pop some cards on the opponent's turn. Not bad at all, just incredibly ugly. And that's saying something, because my god. My god. Overall, shoutouts to me for buying these cards before the hype spike, because this time's a flat circle, and at some point, one of the other decks from Valiant Smashers was bound to get decent, and wow, I can't believe it wasn't Vaalmonica. And speaking of that oh so lovely and totally great deck, Vaalmonica has a link too now. So look at Valar, Vaalmonican Hallow Hymn, which is a water spellcaster with 3000 attack on a link 2 and arrows pointing bottom right and bottom left. The materials to summon this are any 2 monsters, including a Vaalmonica link monster, and this is a tower so long as you have 6 or more resonance counters on cards you control, but in that super quantal way where it's only unaffected by non-Vaalmonica cards, which is sure, why not? This also gains 1 additional attack for each level 4 Vaalmonica card you control, and once per turn when your opponent would special summon a monster, you can quick effect negate the summon, destroy those monsters, and then remove 3 resonance counters from your field. Resonance, or resonance, depending on how much of a stroke you have when you say it. Now, I think every single part of this card is actually pretty damn good, except for, of course, how difficult it is to summon. Making a Link 1 for the deck requires you to have 3 resonance counters on your scales, and they only place 1 at a time for your effects that either give or cost life points. It does also require you to remove the resonance counters that make it a Towers, which is pretty rough, but more enjoyable as someone who is only ever going to be playing against this card, so I'm fine with it in that sense. I don't really have a ton to say about this. It's a pretty solid card, and honestly almost fair when it gets rid of the counters, so there's not a whole lot. It's actually fairly solid card, ignoring how difficult it could be to get it out. If only there was a way to get more resonance counters on your cards more easily. Like, say, on a continuous trap, maybe. Hint, hint. Vaalmonica Creator is a new continuous trap, you wouldn't believe it. That'll make it so Vaalmonica Link monsters you control gain 1200 attack while you have 6 or more resonance counters on your field. So now your towers can be 4200. Nice. It'll also make it so if your opponent special summons a monster, you can immediately link summon a Vaalmonica Link monster, which is nice, I guess. I don't know. Most importantly, however, is that if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can place 3 resonance counters on a card you can put them on up until it has 3. So, hot damn, something to put counters on your scales and let you make your link summons. And all you have to do is have one of your scales, because they both can discard a card from the hand to place both scales in from the hand and deck. So literally just a free little button to push to get 3 counters on one of your scales and get the link monster of your choosing, because both scales will need a discard, and there you go. You're good to go from there. It's literally that simple. I had to say it twice just to make sure you understand. It is that simple. Now Vaalmonica can truly be its own deck instead of a generic pendulum engine or something. You could probably do that before too now, but I just won't judge you for it, or maybe I won't judge you as much. We'll find out in the future, won't we? The on-field effect is cute, but honestly I think none of it matters relative to the discard effect, because my god, free counters for your deck that wants counters. It's like, I can't believe that'd be good. That's how you make a good counter trap, Konami, not by making it a floodgate that would prevent play in some way, but by making it discardable. That's why you needed it to be a continuous trap. So kudos to Konami. You did it. You made a non-floodgate continuous trap good. Great. Centurion, meanwhile, gets another new tuner, Centur-ION Tuner. And that's the only take I'm giving that, is a new level 4 Dark Dragon Tuner with 1800 attack and 1400 defense that on normal or special summon will allow you to draw 1 singular card. Crazy, I know. But don't worry, they did balance that singular draw, because in order to do that, you will need to have an Emblema card in your graveyard and a Centurion card in your graveyard. And of course, if you do that, you won't be able to special summon another copy of this little card here for the rest of the turn. It can also be treated as a non-tuner for use in a synchro summon, and can special summon itself in the main phase while it's a continuous trap. I think that's fine, only because it's another tuner for the deck, so that's solid in that capacity. It's also funny that the deck with the 1 tuner problem, if you will, receives another tuner that can just not be a tuner, as if that's the big problem. It's like, we have too many non-tuners, what do we do with them? Either way, it's a solid option to have for that tuner status, so it's not a complaint. It's just, needing a spell card that's unsearchable for this card to get you a draw doesn't seem like it's necessary. You could probably just let it draw a card. But hey, what do I know? Now, at least there's 1 card to do with that. Maybe they gave us 2 cards to let you do that? Hint, hint. Get to the next card already? Emblema Atonement. Yeah, if it wasn't obvious, it's a second Emblema quick play spell card for the deck, and this one will banish a face-up Centurion monster from your spell and trap zone, so then target a card the opponent controls and banish it. It also has an effect that if it is banished or destroyed by an opponent's activated effect, it'll let you place 2 Centurion monsters with different names from your hand, deck, grave, and or banishment into your spell and trap zone as continuous traps. So the first effect is a neat bit of removal, and the second effect is like waking the dragon, in the sense that you're waiting for your opponent to do something for you, and that rarely works out well. I guess you can place this in the back row if you're scared of getting Feather Dusted or something, but I don't think Feather Duster is particularly effective against a deck with quick effect spell trap monsters that can just summon themselves out to not be destroyed by, like, who's citing Duster for that? I don't know. I can't really give you a whole lot of a solid for this because it's just really not that good. And beyond that, it's not even searchable. So it's really not that good. The only upside to playing this is to throw it in the grave if you really, really desperately want that draw from your new tuner, which I recommend playing good card. There's not much else to say here. If you're gonna give them other ways to play when giving them new cards, at least make them worth playing maybe, or at the very least searchable, so I can understand at least some amount of why you're playing it. But I'm not a card designer, I'm just a dude with a fucking head cold and a suit. And so that wraps it up. As always, I've been your host. Why aren't I laying down and resting? I clearly should be doing that. And thank you for watching this new card report. The regular update will be out on Friday as usual, and until then, it's a huge thanks to our sponsor, the LIFD Magnetic Display. Whether you want to show off 1 card, 3 cards, or multiple, like 12 cards by buying 4, you could do that. No one will stop you, except maybe common sense. I don't know. But if you want to do that, I can give you a little bit of money back for your not common sense by using promo code WHYSHOESTRATS15, whether you type it in at the discount code at the checkout or click the link in the description of this video. Thanks as always to LIFD for the support, and thank you for watching. Like I said, Disease Man, please hit subscribe. It'd mean a lot. It'll heal me, but it's just because you haven't subscribed yet. That's the only reason I'm still sick. So see you Friday. Update will be then. There's other new card reports this week too. Impress your smoking Italian wife. Become a true duelist. And that's it. Goodbye. Have a great one.